From Eyewitness News, this is Sports Wrap.
Welcome to Week 10 of the Friday Night Football Wrap. Just a couple of weeks left before the Thanksgiving showdowns. For many schools, the playoff race is still on in full force. This includes a clutter of teams battling for the number 2 spot in Division 1. 2 schools with 2 losses, Bishop Hendricken at 4-2, hosting 3-2 Cranston West. Falcons on special teams. Hendricken punting the ball, barely touches a West player. Hawks recover. Ensuing drive on 4th down, looking for 6. Aaron Webb can't haul it in the end zone. West takes over, but Webb, a huge night, quickly gets redemption. One of 3 interceptions in the first half. A pick 6, also caught a touchdown pass. Hawks roll to 5-2, 25-12, the final. Undefeated LaSalle is off this week. East Providence trying to stay a game back. The Townies 4-1 in D1 play, hosting Barrington on a crisp night at Pierce Stadium. First quarter, Eagles backed up, but flipping the field in a hurry. Check out this run by Drew Brown. Throws a defender to the ground, then outruns everyone down the sideline, 89 yards. Barrington takes a 7-0 lead. EP struggling on their offense. Brandon Peters back to pass, flush from the pocket, then taken down by Noah Roby and company. Eagles would get the ball back and doing some more damage on the ground. Jack Ryan keeps it, and he's off to the races. They led 14-0 after 1. Ryan with another nice run in the second quarter. Barrington jumped out to a 21-0 lead. On way to the big road victory, 34-6, the final score. Also in the mix, South Kingstown riding a 3-game winning streak. 3-2 in league play, making the trip to Cranston East. The Rebels running into a wall. Nick Neal stripped by Nate Easom. East recovers and takes advantage. Next play, EJ Easom off to the races. East holds on for the 7-point victory. SK falls to 3-3 in league play. 14-7, the final score. Finishing up the D1 slate, North Kingstown taking on Portsmouth. The Pats trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. Go right to the second quarter. Let the Austin Suspeniak show begin with the big hole. Takes it in for 6. Pats with a 28-0 lead. Later, the give again to Suspeniak, and he's off to the races. Portsmouth gets the victory 49-7. Coming up next on the Friday Night Football Wrap.
Hi, we are the Smithfield High School Cheerleaders. Stick around for more of the Friday Night High School Football Wrap.
Check in with the races in Division 2 and Division 3. Much more to come on the Wrap. We'll be back after this.
Hi, we're the Warwick Cheerleaders. Welcome back to the Friday Night High School Football Wrap.
The last couple of weeks have seen a lot of movement atop the Division 2A standings. With more on that race, let's throw it over to Sarah Hogan. Sarah?
That's right, Eric. 2 weeks ago, Central took out Westerly to retain the top spot in the division, but the Knights then fell on the road last Friday, setting up another showdown for first place. Central back at CONLEY Stadium this week, the 5-1 Knights hosting the 5-1 Chariho Chargers. Chargers looking for a 7th straight victory. Game was tied at 14 in the second half. Knights driving, but the Charge defense comes up big. Colton Place steps in front of that pass and ends the threat. Knights defense, though, tough tonight, too. Jordy Garcia breaks up the Chariho Charge on 4th down. The game would end tied after regulation, so to OT we go. Chargers get the ball first and they convert. Jansen Williamson finds Mike Ragalieri in the back of the end zone. Great grab by Mike, 20-14, and then last chance for Central. 4th down, but the Chargers D again. Place and Tom Paglioletti stop Mike Washington just short. Chariho jumps into the top spot in D2A with the 20-14 win. And Westerly hoping to end their league play on a winning note tonight. West against Warwick Vets. Vets cheerleader Haley Gould pacing away the Hurricanes throughout this one. We'll check on her later. Vets on the attack, but Sean Benino fumbles and Damian Buck recovers the ball. Haley, she'll be flipping her way through this video here. Bulldogs on offense. Spencer Reed busts through the middle for the touchdown, putting them up 7-0. Haley, keep on keeping on. She would help Vets a little bit on the sidelines, but they do eventually go on to lose 35-11. The final other D2 action now. Johnston hosting Shea, that is, who is coming off their first win of the season. Panthers celebrating senior night tonight. Pick up the action in the 4th quarter. Johnston up 20-0. The Raiders not going down without a fight deep in their own territory. The Raiders find a way to break free. Handoff to Jamal Tucker. He breaks free and is off to the races. He would get the Panthers 25-yard line before being brought down down, but the great running play would then set up the scoring play here. The handoff this time going to Dennis Lloyd, who weaves in and out for the 25-yard TD run, putting Shea on the board 20-6. The Raiders looking to punch through one more time before the end of the game, but Victor Halton comes up with a big sack. Johnston goes on to win 20-6 in Division 2B. Mount Hope squaring off against Pilgrim. Both teams tied at 3-3 at senior night for the Huskies, and the veterans looking to go out on top. Not wasting any time, already up by a score. Number 2, Kyle Valenzuela keeps the option himself and runs 43 yards into the end zone to put Mount Hope up 13-0. Theo Muscala, number 56, would then bust through the line unguarded and tackles running back Melvin Gonzalez in the backfield for a loss. The Patriots trying to get on the scoreboard before the half. Quarterback Lee Verrier tries to find his receiver, instead finds the Husky defense. Cody Zafrades takes the pick back for a touchdown, the pick 6 there. This one was all Huskies from the start to finish. Mount Hope wins by a final score of 57-6. D4 action now, where Mount Pleasant looking to stay unbeaten, facing off against North Smithfield. Northman looking to secure a spot in the D4 playoffs. Northman knocking on the Kilties' door. Handoff to Captain Paris Correa. He goes outside and just makes it in for the 15-yard TD run, putting North Smithfield on the board 7-0. Later in the first quarter, Kilties trying to answer fourth down. Brendan Dunlap on the run has 2 Kilties in the end zone, but the play is broken up by a pair of Northmen, ending the drive. North Smithfield hangs on to win and hands Mount Pleasant their first loss of the year, 14-12 the final. Smithfield riding a 3-game winning streak against D4 opponents, hosting PCD. The Sentinels up big in the second half, but the Knights trying to get something going on offense. Knights going for it here on fourth down in the red zone. Brian Cloherty drops back, finds his man in the end zone, but Brendan Benoit is there to break up the pass. Sentinels take over on downs and march back down the field. The handoff here to Jeremiah Benetti, who runs it downfield 25 yards for the first down, but the Knights also putting up a wall on D. Sentinels faced with a fourth down snap back to Adam Branch is fumbled, and the Knights are there to gobble up that loose ball, but the Sentinels go on to post the big shutout against the Knights, 36-0 the final. And remember, our crews are busy working to upload all of these highlights plus extended clips from all of tonight's games to WPRI.com throughout the night. Eric, let's send it back to you.
Thank you, Sarah. We go back up a division to D3. Rogers with a 1-game lead, 2 league games to play. The Vikings looking to nail down another win, playing at East Greenwich. Comes in 3-3 in division play. Vikings come out fired up for this run. With this one, Rion Watts, the big play on defense, steps in front of the pass, and he's off to the races. The touchdown for Rogers. And that was just the start for Rion and the defense. Quentin Jones, Tom Freeman teaming up for the sack here. Then a little bit more. Rion takes the handoff, punches it through the line, and he is gone. Vikings knock off EG 45-12, the final. Finally, another D3 matchup. Lincoln traveling to Middletown, trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, but the Islanders would have none of it. Quarterback Justin Seller faking the handoff, breaks it to the outside, down to Lincoln 25 later. It's first and goal at the 3. Randolph Butler takes it in for the touchdown. Butler would add the 2-point conversion. Middletown rolls 41-14, the final score. Before we go, one last look on tonight's high school action. Many great plays, but only one standing out above the rest. For this week's play of the day, we go back to Hendricken. It's Aaron Webb, a pick 6, one of 3 picks on the night. Hendricken on to the victory. Webb earning our play of the day. Well, we're just about out of time. Remember to check out WPRI.com to see everything you just saw, plus extended highlights as well. That's going to do it for the Friday Night Football Wrap. Have a good night, everybody.